It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Polly's Brew Co. and it's a can of their Patternist IPA coming in at 6.6% ABV. It's a 440 milliliter can. Without further ado, let's get the can out into a glass and see what we get. I was saying 440 and then just having to check just in case. It is, yeah, it's definitely a 440 can. So I've had one or two of Polly's Brew Co.'s beers now, and I am impressed. I'm impressed. It's good stuff. It's good beer. So, beer in the glass. Look at the haze on that. Haze for days, as they say. 2-finger whitehead. Hazy. Heading towards a straw-coloured beer. I think if it was clear, it would be straw-coloured. A lot of these brewers, when they produce these lovely hazy IPAs, they generally want them light, so they generally use Pilsner malt. Aroma. Cool, blimey, that is punchy. Jammy, tart, like passion fruit, mango. It smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. Ho, ho, ho. Stone the crows. Stone the crows, that is fantastic. Oh, really good example of an IPA. The flavours are bursting off the tongue. Really tropical, passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange. Fantastic. Real tartness coming through. And the amount of hops in the beer is just incredible. Oh, and it's can conditioned. Have a look at that. There's sediment in the bottom of the glass there. Sweetness. I'm impressed with the sweetness on this beer because there's not an awful lot of it. I've drunk a couple of New England IPAs and IPAs recently that have had this kind of like cloying, kind of too sweet beginning to the beer, and even with it being a New England IPA, it's kind of like balanced it to being too sweet. But this is more dry. This is much more of a dry, all in the middle kind of. Little bit of sweetness, little bit of bitterness, lots of flavour in the middle. They've built this beer really well. And for 6.6% ABV, incredibly drinkable. Incredibly drinkable beer. It reminds me of, if you think of a brewing vessel, I was in a brewery recently and they all explain the same thing, and it's nice because sometimes you need to be told a few times to realise what's going on. But a bit like a giant brewing vessel where they have the edges of the vessel down the bottom going down into a cone. Same thing with the glass. So you can see the yeast, that yeast that was floating around in the glass. The glass has been designed to collect it all right at the bottom. So you're not kind of like drinking it or really seeing it. Very clever glass design here to follow that, to mimic that vessel shape, the big fermenters where they kind of chamfer down in a cone. quite brilliant. A little bit of carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more flavour. Yeah, Polly's Brew Co. Right up there. Right up there. There was, probably the last 2 years, lots of people talking about Polly's Brew Co. producing fantastic beers. And yeah, I didn't try it for a long time because I suppose I was having lots of beer sent to me from all around the world. And I didn't feel the need to go and buy it, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's March 2020 again. Well, it's the last day of March 2020, so we're going into April 2020. I can only imagine April 2020 being worse than March 2020, unfortunately. It's going to be a right old struggle this few months of the year. But I've had the opportunity now to go to a bottle shop and support bottle shops with the super chat donations that you all kindly sent to me on that. Wow, we've had some fantastic nights with the live videos. It's been a lot of fun, a real lot of fun. And I imagine, well, we're going to do another one tonight. You probably missed it by now by the time I posted this video, but I'm doing my first ever quiz night tonight, so it should be fun. Polly's India Pale Ale Patternist, then let's give it a rating. Well, let's have a little read on the side of the can first. So the hops are Eldorado and Simcoe, the malt is Extra Pale, Golden Promise and Cara, oats and wheat, and the yeast is London Ale 3, 6.6% ABV, 440 milliliter can, and a nice kind of like, in the 1970s you'd be wearing a shirt like or was it the 80s where they wore the kind of paisley style shirts. I like it, it's really good. Lots of flavour, very tropical, jammy, tartness, nice creamy mouthfeel as well with the oats coming through. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!